Okay, so what if you had to survive an entire week on just $50? I'm talking no credit cards, no ordering takeout, no little impulse buys. Sounds kind of intense, right? Well, today we're going to break down an experiment that did exactly that, and it uncovered a whole new way of thinking about money. But really, just take a second and think about it. 50 bucks to cover everything for 7 full days. Could you actually do it? It's one of those questions that really forces you to look at where your money is actually going. $50. That number, it just seems impossibly small, doesn't it? But this whole experiment wasn't really about deprivation. It was about discovery. All right, so first up, the challenge is set. The premise was simple, but tough. $50, 7 days, and absolutely zero exceptions. I mean, when you do the math, that's just a little over $7 a day. $7. Compare that to the price of a single fancy coffee or a quick lunch out, and you start to realize just how incredibly difficult this was going to be. And to make this a real test, the rules had to be ironclad. First, absolutely no borrowing money. Not from friends, not from family. Second, no cheating with those gift cards you forgot you had in your wallet. And the big one, no dipping into savings to bail yourself out. It was just one person and 50 bucks against the world.
Okay, so with the rules set, let's get into the journey of discovery. This is how the week actually unfolded, and trust me, it revealed some pretty surprising things along the way.
The week was a total roller coaster. It kicked off with a huge reality check. Then came the inevitable temptation, but that eventually led to finding real joy in unexpected places. And finally, crossing that finish line. Day 1. It all started at the grocery store, and wow, that first lesson hit like a ton of bricks. All of a sudden, every single price tag mattered. It wasn't about just grabbing your usual brands. It became this game of cost per ounce. And that's when it hit me. So much of our normal spending is just completely mindless. Then day 3 rolls around, and bam, the first real test. A friend calls, hey, let's grab lunch. The default choice, the easy one, a $15 meal that would have eaten up almost a third of the budget. But the creative choice, cooking together at home. It cost less than $5, and it ended up being this way more personal, more fun, and honestly, more memorable experience. By the 5th day, something totally unexpected happened. I wasn't miserable. I didn't feel deprived at all. Instead, there was this amazing sense of accomplishment. Little wins, like making a fantastic dinner for under $3, felt incredible. It really proved that creativity just thrives when you have constraints. So we get to the final day. After a whole week of super careful planning and mindful choices, not only was the challenge complete, but get this, there were still a few dollars left over. That moment was so powerful. It was just concrete proof that we often don't need nearly as much as we think we do to live really well. So what were the real lasting takeaways from all this? Well, the experiment basically boiled down to 4 surprising money lessons that can totally reshape how you see your own finances. Here they are, the 4 key lessons. Now, they might seem simple on the surface, but putting them into practice, it's honestly transformative. First up, we usually think of a budget as a punishment, right? As this restrictive thing. But this challenge completely flips that idea on its head. Budgeting is about telling your money where to go, instead of just wondering where it all went. That feeling of control, that's real financial freedom. Lesson 2, the power of cooking your own food just cannot be overstated. It's a triple in. It is almost always way cheaper. It's so much healthier because you control what goes in. And there's this unique satisfaction you get from making something delicious yourself. It's a total game changer. All right, lesson 3. We're so often taught that saying no to spending money means you're missing out on something. But this experiment proved the exact opposite. Saying no can actually be an opportunity. Saying no to that expensive lunch created the space to say yes to something more creative, more fun, and way more memorable. And the fourth, and maybe the most profound lesson of all, is that money is really all about mindfulness. The simple act of just paying attention to every single dollar you spend makes you feel so much more in control. It's not about restriction, it's about living with intention.
Okay, so let's switch gears. We've talked about the experiment, we've talked about the lessons. Now, it's your turn to start. Let's talk about how you can apply these ideas to your own life.
Now let's be super clear. The goal here is not to live on $50 a week forever. Of course not. The real power of a challenge like this is as a short-term mindset reset. It's designed to permanently change your perspective on money. So I'm going to ask you directly, what are your financial blind spots? Where's the money that just kind of disappears without you even noticing? What could you learn about yourself and your own habits by trying a little challenge like this, even just for a few days?
And look, it doesn't have to be as extreme as $50. You can totally make your own rules. Maybe you try a $100 week for a softer start. Or how about a no-spend weekend, where you just use what you've already got? You could even just track every single purchase for 3 days to see where your money really goes. The point is just to start somewhere.
Because ultimately, this is the core idea. Financial well-being isn't really about the size of your paycheck. It's about how well you manage what you have. So the question I'll leave you with is this. If you made just one intentional change to your spending this week, what would you discover?